My name is Carstedt, and I'm the Executive Director of the Abraham Lowe Self-Help Systems, the parent organization of Recovery International. And it's my privilege and my honor and my pleasure to welcome all of you this afternoon to this reception to celebrate Oregon State Hospital, its relationship with Recovery International, and our joint effort to help improve the lives of the residents here at the hospital. In late 2005, two Oregon State Hospital residents approached Deb Lamb, who was a mental health specialist here at the hospital, and asked if she could take her to one of the Recovery International community group meetings here in Salem. And Deb got approval to do that, and as word got out, that number increased, and there was more and more demand for the opportunity to attend Recovery International meetings. And so Deb decided, well, why don't we just have meetings in the hospital? And that's what she set out to do. And along with the incredible support of the administration here and the staff, as well as the support of this community and the Recovery International people, group leaders in this community, Lois Sands and Francois McCune, have really spearheaded this relationship between the hospital and this community in terms of helping the patients here at Oregon State Hospital. So on March 8th of 2006, the first Recovery International meeting was held here at Oregon State Hospital. And Deb then went about the business of recruiting other staff members to be trained as leaders, and eventually patients were trained to be group leaders at recovery meetings, and we're delighted to have many of you here this afternoon. I think it became pretty apparent pretty quickly to those people who were involved that they began to see the outcomes of the Recovery International program. They saw, both the staff and the residents saw that participating individuals became more able to manage their anger and their fears, to interact more productively with other patients and staff, and to lead more peaceful, calm, and productive lives. And as a result of these efforts, Deb Lamb and Recovery International were awarded the 2006 Mental Health Award for Excellence by the state of Oregon. Thank you. Something like this, the development of a program of this nature and integrating it into a large entity such as a state hospital, doesn't just happen. It may have seemed at times that Deb Lamb was sort of like the Pied Piper and everyone just followed along, but there were really many, many people here who played very critical roles in the development of this relationship. I always hesitate to mention names because once I do, I know there will be tons of people that I haven't mentioned. And I come into this, I must admit, at a little bit of a disadvantage because I wasn't here at the beginning of this relationship. I'm relatively new to the organization and to this position. But rumor has it that there were some very key people here. Superintendent Roy Orr, Deputy Superintendent, Assistant Superintendent Maynard Hammer, Chief Financial Officer Lee Hollinger, Lonnie Wright, Jack Hashik, Dr. Ron Kloss, who I think is retired at this point, who was Chief of the Psychology Department. All of these people played really essential and critical roles, along with the people who are currently on staff, such as Dr. Arthur Tolman, who's the current clinical director. All of these people played really critical roles in getting this program to where it is today and the relationship where it is today. There are two people from Recovery International who aren't able to be here today, who I do want to recognize, because without them, this would never have happened. The person who preceded me as Executive Director of the Abraham Lowe Self-Help Systems, Kathy Garcia, as many of you know, passed away last December, at age 52 of breast cancer. Kathy was right in the forefront, along with Deb, in terms of bringing this idea to the people here in the hospital, developing a proposal, and working with the hospital staff to make sure that it finally got implemented. Along with Kathy, our thoughts today are with Mary Gillen. Mary is one of our primary program people, and she too was at the very forefront of the development of this proposal and has worked very closely with Deb. Mary is in Nebraska in her home state today, being treated for cancer and unable to travel. But I know that both of them are here in spirit and they're saying, yes, we did it. So to all of you who have played a role in the relationship that has developed between Recovery International and the Oregon State Hospital that has enabled this program to really change lives here, we say thank you. And this afternoon,